What about now?
Okay,
Yes,
now
Sounds
it's
good.
recording.
Okay. So this is what we did on Friday. You guys found a lot of great notes about prime and composite numbers. First thing is, I wanted to show you that a prime number only has two factors. And in case you don't know what factors are, they're the two numbers that you multiply. So for example, 5 times 5, 5 and 5 are the factors. So that's what factors are. So a prime only has two of them, which is 1 and itself. A composite number has more than two factors. And after today, you're going to see why. How come this chart only has a few numbers in green? And how come this chart, how come most of them are pink? What does that mean? So you're going to see how mathematicians figure out, okay, what's a prime number and what's a composite number? Okay, so that's what we're going to be learning about this week. So you guys posted up a lot of great stuff here on your Jamboard from Friday. So we're going to pick up from that, from when we left off on that part. Let me go over here. So everybody should be here in Google Classroom. Give me a thumbs up once you're there on Google Classroom right here in the stream. All right, so here you can see I posted the new assignment right here, Math November 2nd and the 4th, because this is for Monday and Wednesday. So go ahead and click it. And here's what you have. Now you should have three documents here on the right side, but mainly I gave you three videos. Let me zoom in. I gave you three videos. One of them is a prime and composite video. Another one is a song. And the other one here on Education Galaxy gives you a better understanding of what a prime and a composite number is. And then you have three documents here that we're going to use. We're going to work on this for the week. So by Friday, you're going to turn in all three of these documents to me by Friday. Now, if you want to turn them in sooner, I don't mind. But by Friday, all three of these will be turned in. And the reason why I have Clever here is because for reflex, and you're going to have your IXL topic right here to be working on. All right, so, and let me get this out of the way first. Here's your homework. Your homework is listed right here in Google Classroom. So when you click on Math November 2nd and 4th, I tell you the lesson, what we're doing, but right here on the title that says homework, this is all you're gonna do. You're gonna do the prime and composite numbers, numbers 1 and 2 and 3. And then you're gonna get your green light on reflex. And then on IXL, you're gonna go on 8PL. I'll show you how to get through that later on. But that's it. Only those three things. And on IXL today, you don't have to get a medal. All you got to do is just get a smart score of 20. A smart score 20 on IXL. So little by little. Okay. Alex, your hair's growing back real fast, man. You're a bald. Now all of a sudden you got a little bit of fuzzy hair there. All right. So before we begin, I want to go ahead and play this video first for us on Education Galaxy. I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Then afterwards, we'll go ahead and do our assignment. So right now you can go ahead and open the circuits to your cameras. So right now we can open the circuits and we'll watch this short video real quick.
yes.
So like the example they gave you here, let me go ahead and write it on the screen. So this is a prime number, 19. 19 is a prime number because it only has 1 and itself as factors. This is the only way I can get 19. 1 times 19 or 19 times 1. Those are the only two ways that I can get 19. That's what a prime number is.
That's why one is a prime number since it's
Actually,
just one
1,
one.
and I was going to get into that. The number 1 is not a prime or a composite number. It's special. A lot of people think that prime numbers are odd numbers, and that's not true. Odd numbers are not prime numbers. Not all odd numbers are prime numbers because, let me give you an example. The number 2. Did you know that number 2 is a prime number? Because there's only one way to get 2. There's only one way to get 2. 1 times 2 and 2 times 1. That is the only way that you can get 2. So 2 is very special because it's an even number, but it's a prime number. So let me go ahead and continue the movie. All right, so now the next number I want you to look at and tell me in the chat box, 17. Is 17 going to be a prime or is 17 going to be a composite? Let me know in the chat box. Take y'all's best guess. What do you think it's going to be right now? 17, take a guess. 17, prime or composite? You can type the word prime or you can type the word composite. $17. Is there more than one way for me to get 17? 1 times 17. Can I count by twos? No. Can I count by threes to get to 17? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. No, I get to 18. Not by fours. This is the only way to get 17. 1 times 17. That's the only way to get it. So 17 is a prime number. So if you guessed prime, you were correct. All right, let's try another one. How about 15? Whoops. Here, the number 15. Is 15 a prime or is 15 a composite? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Take your best guess. So like for you to help figure this out, you got to write your basic facts. So you can put 1 times 15, that's one way to get it. What's another way I can get 15? Or there's no other way?
3 times 5.
3 times 5. 3 times 5, 5 times 3, and then lastly 15 times 1. You see how there's more than one way to get it? So 15 would be a composite number because it has more than 2 factors. Remember, guys, I want your cameras on, please. They should be on. A lot of you have your cameras off. I need them on, please. Next number, 29. What do y'all think about 29? Is 29 prime or composite? What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat box what y'all think. 29. Is there more than one factor to it? So 29. 29 would be a prime number. 29 is a prime. There's only one way to get it, and that's 1 times 29 or 29 times 1. That's it. That's the only way you can get 29. What about this one? We got 2 more left. What do y'all think about 16? 16. Is 16 prime or composite? 16. Remember, prime means there's only one way to get it. Composite means there's more than 2 factors. So Matthew gave me his answer. Good job, Matt. So did Zach, Denzel. I want to hear from other people. What do you think, Eli? What do you think, Isis? Emmy, what do you think? Deidre? Gia? Callie, what do y'all think? Take a guess. Fernanda, Alex, there we got Christians. What do you think, Leo? Kayla, what do you think? So 16. So here's one way we can get 16. 1 times 16. Another way we can get 16. 2 times 8. Another way we can get it could be 4 times 4. 8 times 2. 16 times 1. There's more than one way. So then 16 is a composite number. So 16 is in the composite section. And the last one, 47. is going to be a prime number. 47 is a prime number. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish up this short little movie really quick. In the video that 1 times 43, that's the only way you're going to get it, so that's prime. 1 times 27, but it also has 3 times 9, has more than 2 factors, so it's a composite. So they're giving you good examples of the prime and composite numbers. What makes them that name? What makes them prime and what makes them composite?
1 and 19, of course. And then if you can't think of any,
She was talking about there, she said this word called divisibility. Let me go ahead and put that in here. She said this word divisibility. Do you guys have any idea what do you think that means, divisibility? We have no
It's
clue,
able
right?
to be divided by.
Exactly. Jacob, can you repeat it again? I'm gonna give you dojo points, buddy. Well, what does it mean
It's
again?
able to be. It's able to be divided.
Yes, you can divide something into it evenly. What I mean is, for example, is if I were to do 15 divided by 3, what's the quotient? What is 15 divided by 3?
5.
5. It's divisible. See, I have no remainder. But if I try to do 15 divided by 4, I can't do it because I'm going to have a remainder. That's what divisibility means. Is 15 be able to divide it by 3? Let me give you an example. Do y'all remember that little saying I tell you about working harder and working smarter? Do you remember that little saying? Can someone tell me how does it go?
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Working smarter, not harder. So let me show you something here. I'm checking this word divisibility. So I want to check, is 15, can I get 15 divided by 4? So look, if we punch in the calculator, you always start with the big number, 15 divided by 4, because some of you do it the other way. Some of you do this. When it's written like this in the little house, some of you type the 4 and then division and then 15, and that's the wrong way to do it. So let me get
Supposed to do
15
15 divided by the other one.
like that. 15 divided by 4, always the big number. Anyways, you see how I get a decimal answer? That means 15 is not being able to divide by 4. Now, let me try another one. If I try
It has to be.
15, it has to be a whole number. Let me try 15 divided by 5. So 15 divided by 5. And you see how I got a whole number of 3? 15 divided by 5 is 3. It's a basic fact, right? So I know that 15 is divisible by 5. So divisibility just means division. Can you get a whole number without a remainder? That's what divisibility ultimately means. If you get a remainder, it is not divisible. If you don't get a remainder, it is divisible. So we have to learn that little word also. That's all it means anyways. Now, I want to show you another clip about working smarter and not harder from the student view.
Do the silver chip.
So just someone share their screen. I don't care who, just there we go, Kayla. Thank you. So if you guys look at Kayla's screen, so go up, Kayla. You see on the right side, you see her name. It shows her name 3 times where it says your work, Kayla, Kayla, Kayla. So I'm going to tell you which document is which. So on the first document, Kayla, click it, the top one where it says Kayla, your name, right there, that one.
So another how to do it is hover over it, and it says the full sentence, so then you can
Nice.
know which one it is.
So we're going to work on this paper here. Okay, so go ahead and click on the top one. It should be this one. It should say intro. So when you click on this paper, give me a thumbs up once you have this page open on your screen that you see on Kayla's screen. If it's not it, just click on the side on the gray and then click your name again, but it should be the top one. So give me a thumbs up once you're there. It'll say intro prime and composite numbers on the top left corner. All right. So now, Kayla, go ahead and click the purple rectangle where it says open with Cami. Open in a new one. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, be sure everyone's there. I'll check it out in a bit, Deidre. So while that loads up, Kayla, oh, there we go. It loaded up. There we go. I like your little dog. But why is he so mean though? He has red eyes. Let me go ahead and share my screen now. Thank you, Kayla. Let me share mine, and it should be right here. Okay. So yeah, do you want to click this one that says intro prime and composite numbers? It'll look like this document right here. Okay. Then we're going to click open with Cami. I don't know why it keeps asking me to authorize all the time. I've authorized it so many times. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this because this is what we did in the morning. And then you'll see why, you know, we have the answers the way they are. Now, remember that in case I ever go too fast, you can always watch the video recordings on my YouTube channel. You can also watch it on Google Classroom, and you can also watch them on Class Dojo in the class story. That's where you can watch the videos and you can copy down this. But we're going to do this together. So give me a thumbs up one last time if you're here on this document. Because if you're not, I can help you out on how to get there real quick, because this is one that everyone should be on. Okay, so everyone's there. All right. So on number one, we have the definition of what a prime number is. I'm gonna go ahead and switch camera angles. I'm gonna go ahead and switch camera angles. There we go. So we have the definition of a prime number. That's okay, Emma, as long as you're here. So number one. Hold on. Trying to get my pencil here. There we go. So remember on Cami, you have a text box right here, and you have the drawing tool. So you're gonna need both of these, the drawing tool and the text box. So I'm gonna go to the drawing tool first because I'm gonna highlight a few things for you here. So a prime number. What's the definition of a prime number? It's right here. So I'm gonna underline this. It's a whole number greater than one with exactly two factors. Okay, that's what a prime number is. It only has exactly two factors, the number one and itself. Let me go ahead and undo that. The undo button's right here. Undo, undo, undo. Two factors, one and itself. That's a prime number. And they gave you some examples of what are some prime numbers. Here are some prime numbers: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and 13, 17, and 19. Those are some examples of prime numbers. Now here we're going to look at the number 7. Here's one way to get 7. 1 times 7 equals 7. The factors of 7 are blank and blank. So can someone tell me what are the two factors of 7?
1 and 7.
There you go. And they're right here, right? Let me go ahead and use red. These are the factors, the two numbers that you multiplied. Those are what we call factors. So you can go here to the text box on Cami, click on the text box and click. And the number, you can change the font size here. I'm just going to put it to 18. So we can put the numbers are 1 and 7. You can type it like that. If you want to change it, just hover your mouse over it, get the cross, and you can click and drag to where you want them to be, just like that. So those are the factors of 7, 1, and 7. Number 2, can I have a volunteer to read me question number 2? Go ahead, Melanie.
Number 2,
Yes.
a blank is the whole number greater than 1 that has more than 2 fractions.
More than 2 factors. Thank you, Mija. So here, we want to find what could be this missing word. A blank is a whole number that is greater than 1. And here's the key part. So let's go to the drawing tool and let's circle this. It's greater than 1, but it has more than 2 factors. So what do you think we're going to type here? Remember, a prime number only has 1 and itself. But what can we put here? What has more than 2 factors? What do we call it? Composite. So here, click on the text box. Click where it says text box. And then you should see the mouse right here turn into a bar. Click it, and now you'll see the blinking bar. And let's type composite. So you can type composite. Once you're done typing it, hover your mouse over it. You'll see the cross, and you can just drag it there. A composite number. Just like that. Show me a thumbs up once you're done. That's the definition of a composite number. It's a whole number greater than 1, and it has more than 2 factors. Oh, there's my camera. 2 factors. I keep looking at this camera, and I should be over here. Right there. And like I said, guys, if I ever go too fast for you, you can always look at the recordings, or even after class, you can tell me, Mr. Chavez, can you go back to the handout we were doing, the introduction? I didn't get to finish writing my answers there. You can do that too. And also my office hours also are always available for you guys 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but you know what I mean. All right, number 3. I hope you're ready to work smarter and not harder. So for number 3, one way to determine if a number is prime or composite. Oops, I was in my text box and I thought I was in my drawing tool. So here's one way to determine if a number is prime or composite. So for number 3, we're going to figure out, how do you know? How can you tell if a number is prime or composite? Well, one way is to make a list of factors. You make a list. This is one way to do it. And check to see if a number can be divided by prime numbers such as 2, 3, 5, and 7. And what are the factors of 15? So here, how can we figure it out? For one, you can make a list of factors. That's how you can figure it out. Another way you can do it, is it divisible? Can you divide it into? So those are the 2 ways on how to figure out if a number is prime or composite. You can make a list of factors, or you can check to see if it can be divided into other numbers. So that's how you can figure this out. Do you guys have any questions so far? I'll even put it in the chat box.
No, sir.
So the 2 ways how to figure out if a number is a prime or not. 1, list the factors. 2, divide it. So we're going to do that example right now here together as a class. So we're going to do the first one. We're going to list our factors. So here's how your list should look like. When you make a list of your factors, we want to check what are the factors of 15. So here's 15. We're going to make a T-chart just like this. So in your notebooks, You should make a list like this of 15. Can someone give me two factors? How do I get 15? Start with the easy one. How can I get 15?
15 times 1.
1 times 15. There we go. That's one factor, or actually two factors. Give me another way to get 15.
5 times 3.
5
5
times
times
3
3
or
and
3 times 5, right? So we're going to put both of those down. 3 times 5. You see how I make my list of factors? Or we can do 5 times 3. Is there another way we can get 15? Let's see. If I count by sixes, do I land on 15? 6, 12,
No,
18. No. If I count by sevens, 7, 14, 21. No. If I count by eights, 8, 16. No. So the next closest one is going to be 15. 15 times 1. So this is one way to do it. Make a list of factors like what you have here. So right here where it says the factors of 15 are. So this is where we're going to get our text box. And we're going to list the factors that are here. So let me go and circle them. These are the factors right here. All these are the factors. So the factors for 15 are, let me go to the text box. They are the number 1, 3, 5, and 15. So this, let me drag it up here. I'll give you time to write that in. I'll give you guys time to copy that in. America. So here's the other way to check to see if it is divided, if you can divide it into. So let me go ahead and show you. We're going to look at this way, divisible. We're going to check division. So you see how this part right here, can 15 be divided by 22? So in other words, we want to do 15, not 22. I said 22, right? It should be 2. Can 15 be divided by 2? That's what we're going to check. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to the calculator. We're just going to do the shortcut. Remember, working smarter, not harder. So we're going to go here to the calculator. And we're going to check, can 15 be divided by 2? If I get a whole number like this as my answer, it can. If I get anything with a decimal, it cannot. So let's go ahead and check it out. So let's see. We have 15 divided by 2. Yes or no? Look at my answer. Is it dividable? Yes or no? Divisible? Yes or no?
No.
No.
No, it is not.
Decimal.
Yeah, there's a decimal number. That means there's a remainder there, so it's not. So I'm going to go back to my document here. I'm going to click on text box and type no. 15 cannot be divided by 2, so it's not divisible. Again, how did I know? I came over here. I saw it. There's my decimal. I can't do it. So now let me go ahead and go to the next question right here. Can 15 be divided by 5? So in other words, can I get 15 divided by 5?
Yes.
Go over here. Denzel says yes. I don't know. I don't trust Denzel because Denzel lies a lot. So 15 divided by 5. What do y'all think? 15 divided by 5.
It is divisible.
It is divisible, yes, because there's a whole number 3, no decimal. So when I go over here, let me go ahead and erase this. So can 15 be divided by 5? And my answer should be yes. And I'll change it to blue. Yes, it can. Number 3, or this side over here. Let me go ahead and show you in the drawing. So now we're at this problem right here. So can 15 be divided by 3? Yes, it can. So if I go to my calculator, look, 15 divided by 3. And you see how I got a whole number 5? So that tells me that it's divisible. There's no remainder. It's a whole number. It's good. So I'm going to go over here and put yes. Let me go to the text box. So you guys tell me, use your calculator. Can 15 be divided by 7? Yes or no?
No.
Denzel says no. Anyone else? Jacob saying no in the chat. Can 15 be divided by
No.
7?
Oh.
Yeah, because look, if you go to the calculator, if you try to put 15 divided by 7, look at that. It does not. So over here, we're going to put no. I'm going to change my color to red. No. So you see, those were 2 ways that we could figure it out. So we can either divide it, or we can make a list of factors to see if a number is prime or composite only. Now, you are going to get some questions that are going to ask you this. Give me the factors of 15, which are 1, 3, 5, and 15. You are going to get some questions like this one, because you're not just going to get questions asked you like, oh, is this number prime or composite? Yes or no? No. You're going to need to know that, but they're more likely going to ask you, what are your factors, like here. And you want to know a little trick that you can do? Look at that. It gave it to me. It gave me the factors. Now, here, in case you don't know how to read this, I'll show you. They listed the factors for you for 15. So remember that chart that we just did right now, like this? We said 1 times 15, 3 times 5, 5 times 3, and then we said 15 times 1. This chart, they made it into a rainbow. That's all they did. It's a different way. So look, let me show you. Pay attention so you know how to use it. So you can work smarter, not harder. So right here, here's 1 times 15. It's right there. 3 times 5, right here. You want 5 times 3 too? There it is also. You want 15 times 1? It's right here. 15 times 1. Same thing. You see? That's how it's read, like that. Okay? So before we head off to lunch, let me go ahead and change my cameras really quick. Before we head off to lunch, leave this document open on your Chromebooks, because when we get back from lunch, we're going to work on it, okay? Let me share my screen. When we get back from lunch, we're going to finish up number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, so we're going to be on this document right here. Any questions so far? Okay.
No, sir.
I'll see you guys back here at 12:55. All right, guys, go have a good lunch.
Bye.